Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for jumping on to watch another episode of What's Up, Bolts. Again, we apologize. This was supposed to happen a week ago. Uh, you can blame our guests from Tuesday, Eric D. Williams and Dan and Daygo. We all went out to lunch, and we were like, right around about 4 o'clock, we're like, Eric, we have to go. And then he's like, go. What are you guys doing? Like, we got to stay out and hang out. And so I was like, all right. So we moved it to Wednesday. But again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We got a bunch of cool stuff on today's episode. We're going to talk about Mekhi Becton, Andre James, everything else, all the signings, and Tony Jefferson coming back. And then obviously we got a little film with Dan and some other stuff happening around Chargers world. So we'll definitely get into all that. Matthew, how are you doing? Yeah, Alex, I'm so sorry. It's been a week coming, but we are here. Let us go with the intro, and then we'll start and kick this thing off. Kick back, sit back, enjoy it, and your guys' main event is coming up soon. Let's go with the intro.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So where's Compas?
Yeah, we are.
There you go. Hey.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Daygo is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7th-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome to What's Up, Bolt. I'm Fernando Ramirez. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of What's Up, Bolt. Again, if you guys didn't get my little spiel at the beginning, I apologize. Blame Dan and Daygo and Eric, who were having way too good of a time when we all got together. But folks, speaking of that, we did have Eric D. Williams on yesterday, and he broke down why he liked the Chargers' approach to free agency and going into the draft. So make sure you guys check out that video. I think it already dropped or it's dropping in a little while. So make sure you guys do check that out. It's great. You guys know Eric was on the beat for years. And again, one of our favorite guests. Whenever we need a fourth compa, we always call Eric D. Williams because we know he's going to bring the fire. And he might agitate this guy. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready because he is here. He is ready to rock. He just went to go watch Snow White, so he's in a very good mood. Let's get him in here. Dan and Daygo.
How dare you disrespect me in my goddamn intro? I'm not going to go watch that garbage, that filth. I'll wait till it comes out for free on Disney Plus like everybody else. By the way, I love Alex's comment here. In the words of the final boss, finally. My bad, everybody. Workouts ran late today, so I apologize. Then I had traffic coming down, so I apologize to everybody. Robert D., you know I didn't watch that garbage. I'm not watching these live-action remakes. Nope, Matt, I am sure as shit not watching that. No, I'm not. I barely even saw Wicked. It was okay. There was a few things I wasn't a fan of, but I'm not going to get into that here or now, so.
All right. Dan,
try to slander me to the good people. What's your deal?
Are we starting off with positivity? Do you want positivity right now?
I do like positive things.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Here we go. Let's go with some positivity. This was Derwin James when asked about his quarterback on I'll go take that next step, Dan.
He's a dog. Like, that's why I don't understand all the slander, but they prop up thank you, Nick. I got this at the Bolt. It was really cool. They had like a sale over there. It was really awesome. Anyway, I don't understand the slander towards them. Then they prop up losers that I'm just like, really? And it's like, okay, whatever. Like, you see these quarterback lists, and half of the time I laugh at who's ahead of Justin, the son of Odin Herbert. It's a joke. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, people almost hate that he's a traditional pocket passer, high IQ skill. Like, if you notice in one of those plays, the pocket totally collapses and he escapes. Like, that's what he had to deal with all year. The pocket collapsing and him having to escape and make something out of nothing. So,
but Dan, isn't that what happens when people watch highlights?
Yeah, that's all they do. They watch highlights and they want to bitch about things. It's a joke.
Let's see where we can take this, Dan.
Don't disrespect the son of Odin, baby. I'm his greatest defender. I'm his.
Oh,
Avenger.
Dan, did you see your head coach was at a Ducks game the other day?
I did see that. I did see he was in. I think he was in the locker room too. Didn't he give it like
Hold
a
on,
pregame
I'll
speech?
get to that.
Let's go, Ducks! Let's go, Ducks!
Dude, he just makes me laugh. Like he's there. He's like, "Where's the 50-yard line? Where's the hash marks? What's going on? What sport is this?" He's just a total football guy at all times. Like,
But he makes me laugh.
he reminds me of every other sports guy though. Like, as long as a sport is on, for the most part, guys will get into it. You know what I mean? Like, especially at an event. But it's just funny.
Yeah, he just makes me laugh. He kind of just stands there. Remember in Employee of the Month, the guy that just kind of stands there with the glasses? That's kind of what Jim reminds me of.
Yeah,
the dude
he's
that
a dog, dude.
Yeah.
I remember who the ophthalmologist. No. He was the eye. He was the eye thing. Yeah, never mind. I forgot what that was.
Here was Jim's speech for the Ducks. I'll give you a part of it.
Thanks, Coach Rowe. Yeah. Gentlemen, what an honor. This is incredible. It's the kind of stuff I live for right here. This time right before the game, and I can see the heart going. My heart's going too. I was always like,
careful though. Careful with the ticker. We need you.
Derby, before a game, like you can tell. I mean, they got a little sweat. Got a little sweat coming down. You can see the heart pumping, snot bubbles coming out. I mean, you guys are thoroughbreds, man. And Coach was hitting me with this story about the bow and arrow, and got me. I mean, that's why the heart's going right now, man. You got me pumped up right there. So hey, let's go draw the arrow back. I just feel that. I feel that strong. That's strong. Like right there, right? Draw back as far as you can. Aim.
My God.
Release. Take your freaking shot, man. It gets me right there. So go out and play as hard as you can, as fast as you can, as long as you can. Keep your wits about you, and don't worry. Win on three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The guys leading that hunt tonight. Starting at left wing, Harkey. At center, Lundy. At right wing, Leeser. Defense, Minty. Helly. And in net, Dusty.
That's hilarious.
Go Ducks. Get a freaking win, all right? Let's go get this thing.
Dude, like, you know what it reminds me of? Like, him in a different sport. It's exactly
you got it?
This.
I know that AFC Richmond, like any team I've ever coached, is to go out there and give you everything they got for all 4 quarters. What was that?
2
Oh, right. Sorry. Halves. Yeah. They're going to give you everything they got for 2 halves, win or lose.
or tie.
Right. Y'all do ties here. Sorry. That's going to take some getting used to for me. Okay.
My boy's better than Ted Lasso, though. But, like, it's just funny. Like, for me.
Jesse, I was at the game. The Ducks didn't listen, though.
That's hilarious. So they were in with greatness. Guy wakes up and pisses excellence, and they just decided not to hear. Wow, crazy. But, like, you know what's crazy to me when I see those hockey behind the scenes or whatever? I always think of Miracle in that speech that he gives right before they play the Soviets.
Yeah.
That's what gets me fired up, baby. Let's go kill some commie ass. That's what. Just love it. I love that movie, Miracle. That's a movie. Get your blood pumping. Between that and Denzel in Remember the Titans, amazing. I can't. There's no better sports movies, honestly, besides those. Those are a peak.
Matthew's asking about a Slater contract. From what I know, nothing right now. I mean, essentially, they don't need the extra money right now for anything. So I think they're gonna wait a little bit on that. The thing is, too, we don't know anything about extensions when it comes to this team because they haven't really done much of it. Like, you know, when it came to Telesco, we knew exactly, like, I mean, like when we were in the building, like beat reporters and stuff, we knew he was going to take care of the guys either before training camp or I think he did one before the season. I just can't remember.
Is it year 5 of Slater or what?
Yeah, it's his 5th year. He's going into his 5th year. But, I mean, there's essentially, I mean, for the team, there's no rush. I mean, for Slater, I'm sure there it is because he wants to get he wants
paid.
to get
paid.
Yeah, but essentially, for the team, it's like, well, what rush do we have? We don't need to get into it yet.
Yeah. The only thing I hope they don't fall into is some damn trap like the Cowboys and all these guys.
No. I'm sure they're going to get it done. It's just, again, like people thought that before free agency they were going to do it so that they could have more cap space. They don't need any more cap space for what they're doing. I mean, maybe they will down the line, but but for right now, I mean, they haven't made any splashing moves. They haven't done anything like that because they're not going to. Like Eric said, Eric's like, they're not that kind of team right now.
No,
you do that like the Eagles. The Eagles were already ready to make a move like that for Saquon. The Chargers
exactly. That's what I keep saying about them, and that's why I still think the Bengals probably made the worst move in free agency. Like, you're not a receiver away, you're not a tight end away, you're not a linebacker away, a defensive lineman away. Like, there's a lot of holes in this team, and you really need to brick by brick just start laying that some bitch until it. Beautiful ass Coliseum, and here we are about to win it all, dude.
And that's what I said yesterday on the show with Eric. You're still waiting to see what Junior Colson is going to be at middle linebacker.
Yeah,
because you're still trying to see what Kamani Vidal and even a guy like Brendan Rice. You're still waiting to see what Brendan Rice is going to be.
Because you need another linebacker, in my opinion, just because Perriman's had health issues. Colson obviously was hurt last year, so. Another linebacker wouldn't be bad.
And then Justin Bogby from Alabama, the Chargers drafted him in the 4th round last year. We didn't see him. We didn't see much of him. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to look like. But obviously the Chargers have made some moves. I think Dan got the most excited about this one. Mekhi Becton,
huge
offensive line from
looks
the
like
Super
the
Bowl
mountain man.
Offensive line from the Super Bowl winning, what's his name? Philadelphia Eagles. Dan, ready to go over some film?
Yeah, let's see this. Let me scoot up because I always feel like an old man. He's the offensive right guard, right?
Yeah. He's right next to Lane Johnson.
Okay, let's see this. Nice circle. Perfect circle. Okay. Oh, that's pretty solid. And the best part was the center was really smart in being patient and bodying back. That's what opened up that backside A gap. But the only thing right here, he does good to keep working to his play side. And that bump obviously helps. I'm just not a fan because it looks like he crosses his feet. You never want to do that as an offensive lineman because then you lose all your power. But he's so big that apparently he doesn't lose his power.
Any other running back probably hits this hole and gets tackled by 44.
Yeah.
Saquon has the patience
and the vision
and
the first down. That's nice. Let's see this. Working to his play side back. What he needs to finish the block, like lock in and drive your feet. Don't just shove them. Because when you just start shoving, if you notice this guy's in there to make the play, that's a problem. You can't have that. Lock in, grab his shoulder pads, run your damn feet, stay on him.
It's funny. Mekhi was looked at as a bust when he was with the Jets because he couldn't get down and wait. He comes to the Eagles. They're like, you know what? We're going to play you as guard.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the Chargers, I think, wanted out of Trey Pipkins.
Yeah.
I have some more.
That's the problem sometimes that guys don't understand. Like, size is good, right? But when you're kind of like, what is he, 6'9" or 6'7"?
Yeah.
When he's 6'7" and he's over like X amount of weight, like maybe 350 or something like that, like that's hard to take on speed rushes. That's what a lot of people don't understand. So when you move him into guard, there's less space. So there's nowhere really to run. Like it's a lot more power. So that's going to help him out right there because he doesn't have to worry about speed as much. So, right there, not bad. The only thing I would say is he needs to finish his blocks. Obviously, depending on what the scheme is, obviously I don't know what it is, but I'm not a fan of positional blocking either.
Well, and I think they played the Falcons at the beginning of the season, so I have Super Bowl tape for you.
Oh, there we go. I got to see it again.
All right.
The utter dominance. Oh, and he had Chris Jones. Okay, he's going to go up against him twice now. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Look at the patience. Look at the patience just from the get-go. Working his hands, moving his feet. I like that. I just wish he would chop his hands down and replace them. Chop his hands down, replace them. Get under his shoulder pads. You see how right there, even though he's a big dude and he's hard to move, right? But keep going. I'll tell you when to pause it. Okay. Right there. Right there, pause it. You see how Chris Jones is under his shoulders? That's bad. You can't have that. That's bad body positioning. And but like I get it. He's so big, it's hard to move still. But that's the only thing I wish he would clean up a little bit more is technique. I mean, obviously, guy's a good guy. Obviously, he won the Super Bowl. He was in there and everything else. Just one thing as a old stooge coach, just saying I would love to see him a little bit more clean up his technique. That way he can get under the shoulder pads and just be an immovable object. So you can hit it. Not bad, though. I just would rather see him chop his hands. Don't let him.
Oh, remember this one? That's the opening play where they called the
that was the fourth down. Yeah, that was the fourth down. Yeah. Such a joke.
All right, here we go. Again against Chris Jones.
Look at the patience.
Oh, wait, no.
Look at the patience. 77. Look, no one there. Look at that. He comes inside, knocks him off balance. That's what you want to see, right? You don't want offensive linemen chasing guys, especially in the pass pro.
I mean, and if we're being honest, we used to see a lot of standing around from Trey, from Zion, from all those guys.
You would see a little go help. Yeah.
Yeah. Here he is against, I think, Chris.
See, same thing. He's a little too tall for me. And don't get me wrong, like I know he barely moves him. So I'm just, probably nitpicking and critiquing. I would just like a lower center of gravity. Because, I mean, imagine how much power he has in those hips and legs if he was a little bit underneath. You know what I mean? Like, he would be in a movable object. It looks like he has good feet, athletic enough to pull. Look, good patience, good pass pro. He has the running back there to help him. He looks good. I'm excited about this. I just hope, hopefully the center that they signed can elevate, because obviously you look good when all four other guys around you look very good. So, and he's playing with Dean Johnson. So
I talked to what's his name? I talked to Adam Hill.
Look what Nick said. This is funny. Becton and all about to look like Godzilla and Kong in the huddle.
Dude, that's a lot of mass. That's a lot of mass.
That's a lot of meat.
What I talked to Adam Hill, I talked to Paul Gutierrez, and I asked them, what do you guys think about Andre? They're like, Andre is good, like he's serviceable if he can go back. So obviously they changed a lot in his second year. In last year they changed their offensive scheme, the Raiders. So Andre didn't perform as well. Then he was injured, and then Jackson Powers. It's Jackson. I can't remember. J. I think is I just can't remember. Jackson Powers Johnson. There you go. Jackson Powers Johnson came in and they put him in there. So but they told me that the year before, the scheme that they ran, in the previous years, that the scheme that they ran is very what's it called? That it suited Andre's game really well. And Adam told me the scheme that the Chargers run and they want to run is exactly what Andre wants to do. So it kind of seems like as of right now, there's going to be a really good competition between Andre and
Bozeman.
Dude, Bozeman, thank you, Bradley Bozeman.
I was about to say, hopefully he's coming in.
There's going to be a competition there. I'd be surprised if the Chargers didn't attack that. The one thing I didn't believe was the whole Zion to center. I just don't like. I mean, but I would just be
like, it doesn't make sense because you already struggle at blocking without snapping.
Yeah,
you add snapping into the fold, like it's gonna make your blocking deficiency even more apparent. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy to snap a step. Like.
Here's he opened up a huge run. I think it was against the Rams. Here is this one. So watch him.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Again, I would just prefer, he has so much mass and power. I would just prefer he locks in and drives his feet, but I mean, he does a job, he gets a job done. So
and he's an upgrade from what.
Oh, yeah. He has more power, yeah. Or you thought Trey would have had more. Trey, his biggest problem is he plays like he's 5'10". You know what I mean? Like, getting ran over by guys half his size. Like, he just doesn't have Tom, I don't know who would trade for Zion. He doesn't have power behind it. He plays tall. He doesn't play with good technique. So that's his biggest problem, why he didn't work out at guard. So he played like he was 5'10". He didn't have power, which he's a big guy. Like, that's the part that was so shocking and disappointing. Like, you would have thought inside there's less space, less speed. He could have handled himself better, but he didn't.
I do think Harbaugh Herbert is incredibly compelling.
I think they're going to win their division.
You think they're going to beat the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. Listen,
have you told Nick this yet?
Yeah, but he didn't hear it.
yeah, no, I know.
There was static in here. He didn't really hear it.
All right.
But I do think to win like they did last year, they went from the worst defense to like the third best. It's like, okay, that was all coaching. It was the exact same players. I just think they also will draft as well as anybody in this sport for the next 2 years because of Harbaugh's connection to college football. It's one of those built-in advantages, and I think it will pay dividends again this year.
I like that. I'm all for that. Let's win the division.
There was something else I needed to show you. Yeah, but I just
Ivan, shout out. Appreciate you, my guy. Love the show. Thank you for posting on Spotify. Shout out to you. Appreciate you.
Look, this will fire you up.
You guys want to go? All right, let's fucking go.
We hitting them in the mouth early.
Like that.
We're knocking their ass out in the second half.
You take the ball away from them. We score every time.
These are all the
We
coaches.
keep beating their ass every time.
Let's win the fucking game. Go back to Cali with a dub. Let's go. Be great on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Be great. All right. Hey, let's be great now. Let's be great. Let's go. Ah! Love you. Let's go.
I think we should just run it.
But they're going to trade him, Dan, to the Vikings.
So stupid.
I'm drawing a pass here. Hey, pretend like you're throwing a pass here.
Well, backside.
Yes.
I mean, I could.
Yes. Or the other side.
Or the other side. Both sides.
Let's go, D.
They've given up nothing.
This is Jerome Ford, and that play blown up by him.
That's hilarious. I wonder which one's Patrick Willis.
No, not Patrick Will. That's what's his name?
Navarro Bowman, I mean. Yeah, that's
That
my
was
man.
him.
My bad.
Herbert.
Wow.
Takes
Oh,
a
the one
shot.
that said we're going to
This
beat their ass or whatever? That was Navarro Bowman.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Nice. This guy's hyped.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
We might get Q for a touchdown right here. Hold on. We might get a touchdown here to Q.
Third down and long. Let's see what the Chargers do. Pressure's coming. Herbert's going to the end zone for Johnston. He's got it! He got position around Horn. Touchdown, Chargers.
That was not an easy. Like J.C.
Yeah, no.
Horn is one of the best corners.
Yeah.
That's been tough for him.
Picked off right on cue.
Oh!
Tarheeb still, the rookie out of Maryland,
like that.
is
Tips
becoming
and overthrows, baby.
a ball hawk.
Tips and overthrows. Say, give me that.
That was good, but come on, don't show anything from the Bucs game. I don't need to be reminded about that shit. What are we doing? Trying to think positive.
Damn, where is that video?
What else are you looking for? Well, I'll go through the comments then. Let me see. There was one over here. Alex over here. Gonna be a little negative, guys. Sorry. How worried would you be if they build this line and the O-line is the best in football and still don't get Herbert's weapon in a year or two? I wouldn't be worried. Like, that's my philosophy that I believe in. If I was assembling a team, I want to assemble, the greatest offensive line God has ever seen or anybody on this planet has ever seen. Like, in my opinion, you give Herbert 3 to 5 seconds to throw the football or even more, he's going to be good to go. He takes less abuse in the pass game. He's going to be good to go. You have an efficient run game where you can actually control the clock and run the football like you want to. He's going to be good to go. He's going to put up numbers. He's going to look really good. The biggest problem I have with weapons, Alex, personally, is like you can't have these I was about to say not a word. You can't have these inexplicable drops when they're open. That's the biggest problem in my opinion, because if you have guys who can catch it regularly, I'm not even talking about catching traffic, but just when they're open, you're going to be okay because you are able to hang on to the football that long because you have such a good offensive line. Guys will get open eventually. So that's my biggest problem. You can't lead the league in drops anymore or be top 5 or whatever it was last year. Maybe they led. That's something you have to address. And that's just concentration. That's fundamentals. That's football right there. You have to be able to fix and address that because if not, that's going to be a bigger problem than anything else. So I have no problem with that. I wanted them to build the trenches first because you have to, in my opinion, Alex, also, it's kind of like with the Eagles, you have to build inside out. You have a dominant pass rush and front 7. Your DBs, you could put almost anybody out there. They're going to be pretty damn good because they're going to be able to eat and get home. Same thing on the offensive side. You have guys who can dominate up front. You can have okay running backs and everything else, and you'll be okay because they're that dominant. They're going to open holes unless, the guy just clearly can't read the damn thing. But, that's another thing about it. But I personally am not too worried if they can do that. We can't go into another year of Justin Herbert missing games or being dinged up. You just can't do it. It's not going to be good. You can't do that. I wouldn't doubt this, Tom. If they're looking to trade him, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know. But Eagles would definitely trade. Yeah, with the legend over there running that offensive line room, maybe he'd turn him into an all-pro. Senor Vivement, shout out. Big Dog's in the house.
The thing, Asante Samuel Jr. looks like he's not coming back. So that one, I think the Chargers kind of kept who they wanted to keep, and they haven't really. Besides Cleo,
I like this, Botillo. We should draft a tight end from Oregon, Patrick.
Sounds like he might be a undrafted guy.
That'd be perfect. I would bring him out. So that's what I was talking
about.
He
was at his brother's pro day the other day.
Well, that's someone I'll take a chance on over Shiloh. But that's now that we're talking about weapons. In my opinion,
Dan would come on here if they got Shiloh and be like, "We're not a serious team."
Yeah, no, we're done. We're done. But going back to weapons, right? That's why I think for training camp, you might as well should sign Keenan if he's willing to come cheap and just have as many receivers out there as you can. You're going to cut some of these guys anyway.
Ivan, it's not that he doesn't look like he wants to go anywhere. It's the fact that he might be asking for too much money and
there's a lot of things that can play into it.
We're kind of at the point now, except for don't listen to the Stephon Diggs contract. That contract was just too much. Right now, we're kind of at the point now where teams are a little bit spent. So what they're doing is they're just giving incentive heavy contracts. And for Zion, for Asante, that really doesn't fit him because sometimes he does get hurt and he misses games. So I'm sure he's trying to get as much money as he can. And teams are just not responding. Boltillo, I did see you. Hello. Al, how are you doing today? He said late to the
phone.
What's up? And all the Bolt ladies. I do have.
That's what I'm saying. Training camp, you got to have as many receivers out there, and let's see who fits because you can't go into another season of everybody dropping the damn football.
This is Deshaun Hand, the defensive tackle. He's number 90.
All right, let's see where he is.
He's over the right guard.
Wow, he's got some power to him. He drove him back pretty well. Wow. Made the tackle there. That's nice. Still no Coke, Boltillo. Still none. Still dry. Now I've had a shitty few weeks too, so it's been tested. I've been tested by God, but I'm not going to fold. Wow.
He reminds me of
good.
I'm not going to go with. I'm not going to go completely with what's his name?
Puna Ford
Puna Ford, but he I told you guys what my buddy from the Dolphins told me. He said he's really that he's very underrated. The Dolphins really wanted to keep him, but they feel like with some coaching he could be a very good piece for the Chargers, especially with Tier. And this was the same guy that told me, hey, with Tier, and I told you guys last year that the buddy of mine from the Dolphins said Tier Tart just needs a firecracker stuck up his ass and lit by the coaching staff, and that's exactly what that's exactly what the Chargers did with him, and now he's looking really, really good. So yeah, they're just not gonna do any of that.
I love
Dan, this
what
is a little. Somebody found this on Twitter.
let's see, send it.
It's Zion Johnson at the Senior Bowl as a center.
Center. Oh, that's not bad, but like that's the same problem I have with him playing at guard. Like, yes, he didn't get as much penetration. Oh, is he playing at center again? Here,
Yep.
just go back real quick though. Let me just go through this real quick. Like, look at that. You can freeze it right there. Why is he not taking his arm off of him and re-engaging? Like, that's my problem also with sometimes Rashawn Slater and some of these other guys. Like, you don't, like, when you pass block, the defense doesn't dictate what the hell you're doing. You dictate what you're doing. So if you don't like the position you're in, slap his hands off you, smash him right at the wrist. You know, you break his wrist, whatever, who cares? But then re-engage, get in a better body positioning. Like, I don't like when they allow defensive players to long arm them like that. You know, I'm not a fan of it. Like, you have to have active hands. Like, this isn't this. Yeah, like, look at that. Look how he's long arming him. Have active hands. If you smash that, he's gonna fall on his face. Look how hard he's leaning. He's gonna fall on his face. All right, keep going. That was my soapbox right there. Let's see. Not bad. Reaches him. Oh, well, almost reaches him. Let's see. That's not bad. But this is how long ago? Like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad rep, but he's double teaming. Yeah, I don't know how much stock I'd put into this. Oh, my God, this guy. What is he doing?
We won't go through the whole thing. This will be the last one.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, that's not a bad reach block. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I just, I mean, I've been around this for a while, and when you hear the words, oh yeah, he might be switching positions, you're kind of
Well,
like,
I think part of it is too. I mean, like, I know for sure when I coach offensive line, I like guys learning two positions because it just gives you a little more flexibility. I don't know if it's one of those as an emergency, but I don't know what it is because, he has not performed super well like we thought he would at guard. So I don't know why they would move him to center. Or that would, especially like, I would prefer centers to be vets unless you find some stud in the draft or whatever else. But just because you need that presence to get everybody on the same page. So I'm hoping they're able to figure that out. But I mean, we'll see.
The random guy asked, how worried are you guys about Becton's injury history? Not that worried, just because, I mean, anybody can
get hurt at any time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I remember, God, who was it? I remember Puna Ford kind of had something like that coming in last year where some people were like, oh, he gets hurt, this, that. So I don't think there's anything to it. I think the injuries also happened, and I think he said it in the past that because he was a little, well, not a little, but he was overweight, and he's dropped pounds since then. And I remember, I don't think I talked to him directly at the Super Bowl, but I did hear, because I was standing right next to him, and his voice is a little overpowering. So he told one of the guys that he's, ever since he was with the Jets, you remember he'd read the newspaper and they'd be like, oh, he's fat, he's this, he's that. Or he'd read fans online saying that he was fat. So he's made his weight a big motivation factor moving forward. So I'm sure he's going to keep on working on his weight and everything. And I think he's going to be fine. I mean, injuries happen to everybody. So I think he should be okay. I mean,
yeah, let's hope so.
Let's hope exactly.
So. Shout out to Matt. Appreciate you. Keep up the good work. Shout out to you. You keep up the good work, my guy. I appreciate you.
There was another one. Oh, what's his name?
Who?
Conklin.
Oh, yeah. Conklin.
Conklin was a good. I thought it was a pretty good.
He was more of a receiving tight end anyway. I thought. I think it's solid. Like, I think the moves they've made have been solid. It's kind of like what we talked about. Like, they weren't going to pay $40 million to a receiver.
Well, Conklin is now the best receiving tight end on the Chargers.
Yeah, basically, that's a low fucking bar there, buddy. But it is what it is.
I mean, he had He's been consistent though. 593 in 2021 against the Vikings, 3 touchdowns. 552 with the Vikings or with the Jets in 2022, 3 touchdowns. 621 with the Manhattan MILF Hunter in 2023.
Oh God.
And then he had 449 and 4 touchdowns last year with Rodgers. Discount double check. But remember, they have Garrett Wilson, they have Breece Hall, and they have Devontae Adams for the back end of the year. But Conklin is good, good value picks. Conklin has played with
crappy
with
ones, I think.
Kirk Cousins, the Manhattan MILF Hunter. Well, now he's the Miami MILF Hunter. And then he's also played with
I like
Aaron
this.
Rodgers.
I like this random guy. 1 single drop last year and 4 in the years combined. That's exactly what you need. That to me is the biggest thing this front office had to address. It's not even like you have to get superstars. You just need guys who will catch the football and not have drops. Like drops killed this team last year. There were a few games they should have put away, but because of bad drops, like that caused the whole thing to go back. And it's like you have to address that.
And it caused Dan's blood pressure to shoot up.
Don't even remind me. Drinking 12 packs on a Sunday because we can't catch the effing ball when we're open like crazy.
I think Conklin would be solid. Like, let's just say that the Chargers do end up going Colston Loveland. That's a perfect number 2 for you. And then a perfect number 3. Will Dissly, that your number 3 tight end, like that's a really Juan put it right there. He's a good number 2, a bad number 1. But I mean, if you have a 3 tight end set with Will Dissly, what's his name? Will Dissly, Colston Loveland, and Tyler Conklin, that's a pretty good 3 tight end set. Obviously, it's not Aaron Hernandez and
whoa. He who must not be named. Take it
and
easy.
Rob Gronkowski. So it's not bad, but it's not a bad 3 tight end set. The other thing I was gonna say, I know people are still tripping out about the lack of weapons. Man, I'm telling you, this draft class is full of weapons that the Chargers could find. And again, I think it's the coaching staff that's also going to be a big part of this. So I think that they could find 2 receivers in here. They could find a tight end. They could find playmakers here. It's just that obviously everybody just needs to be patient. And guys, remember last year, a year ago, a lot of you guys, and I mean, even I think no, Gilbert wasn't. There was somebody it wasn't anybody on the show though. I can't remember who flipped out when they took Joe Alt, but everybody's like, you guys need to remember it's a process. Just relax and the 4 verts.
I love what Senor Viv Moss says here. You're talking about you don't want Scott Matlock running a vert over there. That's hilarious. Oh, I love this. QJ on some weight.
You guys are wild.
Tight end number 4.
Jeez, have some
That's pretty
compassion. Funny. No, but I think they're gonna find some receivers in the draft. I think these guys know exactly what their faults are. Again, remember at the beginning, fans were getting mad at the beginning of free agency. Dude, I'm telling you guys, I bet you, and I want to ask Jim this one before we talk to him before the draft. I want to know how many times he watched that Houston game. Yeah. I want to know. I'm sure him, Joe Ortiz, the whole coaching staff, I'm sure they watched that game 15 to 50 times, and they know exactly what they're missing. These guys know that they're lacking weapons. The thing is, you guys have to remember, DK Metcalf you can control for 4 years at $30 million, or would you rather control Matthew Golden in the first round for 5 years and have to pay him a fifth of that contract? So, and I'm not saying that they're going to go Matthew Golden with the first round. I mean, there's a lot. We'll get into a little bit of that in a second, but Jesus, Alex.
But either way, right? By the way, everybody smash the like button. Help us out on that.
Yes, please. Everybody, please smash the like button. Some asshole yesterday smashed the dislike button on regular Compas on the beat. So please,
animals.
Let's smash that like button.
Help us out. But what I was gonna say is that, like, I think the thing that pisses off people, and this is just my opinion, is like you just see guys getting signed. Like, I have no problem, like with the DK Metcalf, I have no problem if Jim or Ortiz picks up the phone and they at least reach out and they're trying to see what's happening. then they say the price tag's too big. The price tag's too big. You know what I mean? But, it's not knowing if they were active in those situations. You know what I mean? I think that's the part that kind of sucks where you're like, are we just don't care about weapons? Or I think that's what causes some of it. Cause like, again, in my opinion, if they reach out, price tag's too big. Like it is what it is.
Well, and Tom's right when he says we could have used more weapons on the O-line in that Houston game.
Oh, 100%. Tom.
But I don't know if
love
he's,
language.
I don't know if it's like sarcasm or not.
No, I think he's being for real. Like more weapons
Well,
in
yeah.
the sense of people who are good. Like, what
Yeah.
are we talking about? We couldn't protect him at all that game.
And
He's over
what
here.
really hurt too, and I kind of brought it up to that Buffalo radio station. When they needed Josh Palmer, Josh Palmer wasn't
available.
He couldn't play, so that hurt them. That hurt them in that game as well.
Dude, there was two pop-ups that got picked, and I think one was picked off for a pick six. Like,
okay, Tom's the trenches guy. Okay, my bad, Tom.
Shout out, Tom. Shout out, Tom.
But yeah,
I knew
no,
what you were
that
talking
inside
about.
that inside three, Jim and Joe and the offensive coaches, they know that inside three needed. That's why they could have sat on their laurels and been like, okay, let's wait for the draft, and then maybe we can get a center, convert Zion. But they said, no, let's go get Andre James and let's bring him in to be competition. And then they said, oh, wow, Mekhi Becton, a Super Bowl champion. And at this price tag, let's go get him. It's essentially a 1-year deal for Mekhi Becton.
Robert,
so you go out and get a
hilarious.
deal. And Robert M is right. Disley's the best blocking tight end in the league. Yeah, probably. Plus 500 receiving yards makes him pretty valuable. People don't know their head from their ass. And that's the thing. You add 500 from him, and then you add 500 from Conklin. That's already 1,000 yards between two players.
I just can't have him dropping and popping up passes, Robert M. That's the only problem I have. No more drops, no more pop-ups. I can't do it.
Oh, yeah, Alex is right. So Cam Hayward said that he heard that the Chargers were going to trade for DK, and he called the Steelers, and he called DK, and he said, hey, let's go get this guy. It's crazy that you go put that's the thing too. You go put the cart before the horse.
Idiot.
How can the Chargers go get a DK Metcalf when they don't have their offensive line completely ready to go?
Yeah.
These guys don't have a quarterback.
Exactly.
And they went to go get the receiver. And a receiver that's not like, to me, Jamar Chase will give you 5 to 8 catches a game. DK is not going to give you that.
Yeah. That's why you don't let players be GMs, honestly.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is that, like, I guess the Steelers really think that they're a player away.
God help them.
They're not. And I mean, look at the chart. What the Chargers did. The Chargers got like Eric D. Williams again, our compa. They put valued picks, top 10 underrated valued picks, and he put Najee Harris number 1, $5.25 million for him. Joey Bosa there to the Buffalo Bills is there. And I mean, Najee is a huge get for the Chargers, especially if they can fix that offensive line. And because I think the narrative right now is, oh, he only gets you 4 yards. No, he only got you 4 yards in the weird offensive system that Pittsburgh had. That it was a cluster with Arthur. Remember, Arthur Smith is the same guy that people were pissed that Bijan Robinson wasn't getting opened up. This year, Bijan had a way better season. So that's the same coach that was with Najee this year. Najee still got 1,000 yards. So I truly think that the Chargers are going to come up with a plan for him and for the other running backs, and they're going to make them succeed. So I truly think that the overplayed narrative is, oh, he can barely get 4 yards a carry. Wait till he has to run behind Joe Alt and 4
yards a carry is solid though. How is that a bad?
Yeah, but people want the flashy. I heard this the other day. Well, in fantasy,
I could give a shit about fantasy. I don't give, I'm going to say this, a flying fuck how your fantasy team does all year. I don't care. I need these bastards winning on Sunday. I don't care what those metrics are. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Like 4 yards a carry, that's solid. You get 2 of those, you're set up for 3rd and short. What are we even talking about?
So right now, there's a big name out for who the Chargers could draft in the first round.
Oh.
McMillan is a guy that was a top 10 talent.
Now here's a guy.
And no, well, some people had him as high as 5'6". Now he's dropped all the way down into the Chargers.
Was that the Arizona guy or who's that guy?
Yeah.
Or Texas?
He essentially is I guess he's sort of a Mike Williams. I mean, you could find out for yourself, but this is essentially his play. People thought his 40 was a little slow, but I mean, Keenan Allen's 40 was really slow according to a lot of people too, and look at the career he's had. So this is PFF talking about McMillan potential. They put him as a Charger in this, so you can hear what he says.
With Tedero McMillan, a guy who I don't think should get outside the top 8, and he goes to the Chargers, and he's exactly what they need. A big 6'5" X receiver who excels downfield. The top receiving grade in the nation over the last 2 years on 10-plus yard targets. Justin Herbert on 10-plus yard passes, 95.9 passing grade.
Dog.
Without them even trading up, you start talking about the Chargers getting into Super Bowl contention in the next year or two. You could not have a better compliment to Ladd McConkey. If he fell to 22 to the Chargers, I don't think you could ask for a more perfect fit for Justin Herbert and this offense and the way that they want to get vertical to complement.
That's my dog.
Sticking to the process, this is what it looks like. If they were to get Tedero McMillan, and then you have McConkey, and then you have this offensive line, and you sign Mekhi Becton, and you're building around Justin Herbert in this offense, and again, I think just more help at running back is something I would focus on in this draft as well. More speed, particularly. You're talking about a dangerous team in the AFC.
I like that.
The random guy, Keenan was a okay route runner. He improved that. He wasn't a good route runner coming there. Mike McCoy didn't want to play him, and there was a lot of stuff that happened. Hopefully, we get to sit down with Keenan soon. But there was a lot there. Keenan worked to become one of the best route runners in the NFL. So Keenan. I mean, Keenan only dropped to the 3rd round because of his knee injury. So Keenan worked for all that stuff. At the beginning, he was like, I remember watching him his first training camp, and I was kind of like, and then like you saw flashes, but then he really became really tight with Antonio Gates, Eddie Royal, and these guys, and he really hunkered down, Malcolm Floyd, and he really learned. That's the thing. You can come off as a hot shot when you first come in, but then when you start getting around the veterans and you start listening, you're like, oh shit, maybe I should kind of relax and listen and Keenan became a student of the game, and that's why he excelled huge. And you don't take it from me. This was Antonio Gates on a podcast. He spoke about Keenan Allen.
Antonio Gates. Some of the dudes were Phillip Rivers, Melvin Gordon, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler.
This one Keenan kind of took off too.
This one Keenan took off.
I mean, his year, because I remember like I would always, tell him, dude, I ain't just about to pass this torch. You know what I'm saying? But you knew he had it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious, dude. When he was special. He's a football player. That's the thing. He just can play football. It don't matter what you can put him wherever you want to put him at. It don't even matter. The boy can play football. He just happened to play receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say he's the best receiver I've seen for us. Denari Alexander was really good. I don't know if you know who that is. He went to Missouri.
That was early in your.
Yeah, he was really good.
Keenan was special for a long time.
He's special. He's quicker than what people think. He's faster than what people think. So you watch him, he just plays so methodical because obviously he's been around. So that's how we play. We just play. We don't got time to be just blowing the gasket for no reason. I'm just trying to get open. You know what I'm saying? You get out there though, you realize he's faster than what you think. He's quicker than what you think. Stronger than what you think. You can never tell because he plays with so much poise.
That was his big brother. I remember Keenan would always tell me that's my big brother. My bad. Juan was right. Stevie Johnson also helped Keenan a lot. That is true. Stevie, we've actually built a really nice relationship with Stevie Johnson, Dan and I, and Stevie told us obviously to the side that, man, he just remembered that Keenan was a sponge and that he would ask questions, watch film, everything, and he really, like, you could tell all the guys love Keenan and they love playing with Keenan. Now, Dan, I'm gonna add to this rumor about Keenan and the Chargers. I mean, I don't have any info or whatever, but did you hear that? Where was it? So the other day on March 23rd, a certain individual was at Disneyland. Do you know that guy, Dan?
Oh, I like that guy. Yeah, that guy's amazing. I love that guy.
Can you imagine if you would have ran into him at Disney?
Oh, I shit myself and I'd go take a photo, dude. I'd be like, please, sir, take a photo with me.
I'd be like, can we do a cold plunge interview between you and Dan?
He's about to go base block Mickey Mouse, dude. He's about to go get Mickey Mouse to run through a wall, baby.
Dude, that dude was probably recruiting Gaston and some of these other
you can play offensive
Quasimodo
line.
to play center and shit.
Yeah.
Like
you can play offensive line. But going back to it, I still think that like hopefully Keenan would be smart enough to come back cheap, but I hope they can make that that move.
Look who else was at Disneyland that same day.
Who? Oh, is this like a Cabo type thing? Who? I don't know. I don't know who that is. I can't see. Is that Mike? Oh, Mike and Keenan. There you go. I love it. I love it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
come home,
if
Keenan? Come home.
Can you imagine if I would ask them if Keenan does come back? I'd ask him, was there any interaction there at Disneyland that day?
Is he there with Mike? He's there with Mike.
Yeah. Mike's like a member of their family. Yeah.
You think this happened after Mike signed or no?
No. This happened the same day that Harbaugh was there. It was the same day.
Oh, maybe so. He got Mike to sign.
I mean, Dan, you, Eric, and I spoke about it, about what our feelings are toward. Like, a lot of things would have to happen for this to happen.
What?
A lot of we fucked up. You fucked. Oh, sorry. We screwed up. You screwed up.
I don't even think it's that though. Like, I don't think they ended on bad terms. It was just a money thing. Because we were in cap hell.
Well, I remember Keenan was surprised.
Well, shit fire. I'm sure he was, but
you were
it is
too.
what it is. Well, I was, yeah. Because it happened in the middle of the night on like a Friday. You would have thought these guys are politicians. Politicians always have bad news or do things that are not good come out on Friday.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yeah, exactly. Because it gets buried in the news cycle over the weekend because people are doing stuff. But I don't think he left on bad blood. Like, it's business. I think Keenan would understand it's business. I'm sure Harbaugh wasn't a scumbag and told him to get the hell out of here. So
if this year has gone by, like if he went over there and he's like, shit, like I don't know, like I'd be surprised if he goes back to
no fitness, no thanks.
I'd be surprised I'd be surprised if he goes back to Chicago.
Why would you want to?
No, but I'm saying it looks like Chicago wants to get faster. They're going to try and move the football really quickly, stuff like that. And I mean, that's
my thing is, well, I guess Mike kind of.
And I wonder how much babysitting Keenan had to do in Chicago last year. You know what I mean?
That'd be something good to ask. But like, my thing is, you have no leadership really right now in the wide receiver room. You have Ladd, and then who else is there? Everybody else is expendable, clearly, because they're not there anymore. Or the only one they re-signed was Jalen Reagor. I don't know why. And it's like, you bring Keenan back. You don't, number one, he's not going to be he doesn't have to be the number one guy. You don't have to play him every down. You can put him in here and there and get him going, right? Like, that's the thing. And you have no leadership in there. So it's like, why not bring him back? He has the familiarity with Justin. If you can get him cheap, like getting him cheap is my biggest thing. Like, I don't think they're going to pay that much for him, which obviously give him a little bit more than Mike's getting, but whatever. But I think it makes sense because I think he does exactly what you didn't have last year.
Hit, smack a couple of baseballs and then adios. Like, I mean,
it would just be a 1-year deal, Tom, until we can kind of figure this out. Because my thing, and this is my thing that I've been saying for that. This is my thing I've been saying since we've talked about this.
I thought I was going to.
You need guys who I don't care. You need guys who can catch the football. You don't have that. You didn't have that last year. You had too many guys who were just kind of plugged in. They couldn't get open, and then when they were open, they couldn't catch a football. That's a problem. You can't have that. That's inexcusable on a Jim Harbaugh team. Okay. Oh, he was probably barbecuing. Leave my boy out of it.
Or watching.
In the film room. But you know what I mean? Like, worried about the injuries. Tom, I totally agree with you, but like, you limit his reps There's less chance of him getting hurt. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. You
So-
need to have a rotation when it comes to this. Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
I
Because
think
last year,
I think if this happened, it would be after the draft. If they come away with like lower pick receivers, then maybe. And the money has to be right. But there's just a lot of
I
scenarios
agree.
there where we need to see what happens. Real quick, let us go through the last final. No, not that. We'll do that later. No, we'll do that later.
Let's start.
Should I do this?
Yes, Jorge. I would take Keenan back. You need guys who can catch the football and get open. You had too many inconsistencies this year. You had Quentin dropping the football and choosing when to come alive. You had Jalen Reagor drops, not many catches. You had Josh Palmer, sometimes effective, sometimes disappear, and he was hurt. Who else am I missing?
Damn, I should have done
Darius
this with Eric
Davis
on
looked good.
yeah.
He just didn't get as many reps. What's wrong with Keenan, Jorge? What's wrong with Keenan? What's that deal?
All right, we gotta end this because Dan needs to.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
But you know what I
did you see
mean?
this?
We need people who can catch the football. Let's see. What's this? And then we'll move on out of here. Hit the like button. Shout out.
White chicks changed my life. And one thing that a lot of people don't know, but people may not know it, is that I based that character off people I knew in the NFL. Oh, I can't say the names, but there were people that were like, hey, and I was like, I know, I'm sorry. I literally took their mannerisms, the way they talked, what they did.
It sounds a lot
One thing you have to
different than-
understand is that
I
the
know.
locker is a place of entertainment for us. And I learned everything I'm doing now in the locker room because it was really, if I could make these players laugh, and we were on the bus, we were in the locker room before practice, after practice, playing pool, we would have the best time. It's good entertainment.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of over that.
Jorge,
I know what it
at
was.
this point, I would love to have Nick Hardwick back on this team running center. I would love to have that. That'd be peak right there.
God, there's one I want to. No, I'm gonna wait till we get Eric on
Okay.
here again. This was they asked Derwin about re-signing, getting what's his name back
Oh,
in
this
with the
guy.
Chargers, Khalil.
By the way, I love Jesse right here. By the way, Kelsey Plum is an LA Spark now. Shout out, my guy. If it's the chick I'm thinking about, shout out to you. That's a nice little connection right there. Because I think she's fire. If I think I know who it is, but
Darren Waller's ex.
Oh yeah, she was fire. Yeah.
Look at this. Everybody in the building is fired up.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm fired up. Damn, this fire right here. What going here? What going here though? What? Look, see, what that for? That shit look heavy as hell. I'm gonna make it over there. What going here? What was the front where I parked? That way? Or where do the fans sit? Oh, that is the Hollywood sign. You see the Hollywood sign? You can get that? It's a pool? When I was a little kid, they used to call me Michael Phelps. I could do a little something, you know. Have any of y'all ever gotten a cold tub before? It's really cold. I heard Coach being here, khakis, polo. Is that true or that was a prank? Y'all move. Y'all move. Right with you? Let me take your car. I just got my Jordan 1 sent here. What's up? You good?
He's fired up, dude.
How you been?
Man, excited to be back with you.
Man, it's big. Can we start a movie or something? I'm gonna be sitting in the last row in the back. I like
Yeah,
to
right,
look at
Danny's in the
everybody. You know what I'm
front.
saying?
That's right.
Well, you got to be born in 1960 or something.
No, but this year we were founded.
Oh, I'm about to say about to be a lot of old people. Hey, both man, what up, man? You know, I just took a tour of the whole facility type. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, I can't say that. Take two.
That's hilarious, dude. That just tells you, like, you can see how excited he is because he was probably
He didn't
in
wanna
hell.
leave.
He was in hell in New York. The Steelers probably organizations over there.
Damn.
By the way, Boltillo, shout out to you for your despedida, my guy. Shout out.
Oh, we do rent out Dan for a couple
Yes.
hours, so I'm just
not a
letting you know
fucking
that
clown.
Boltillo for your.
I'm not a magician.
We rent him out, so yeah, you might.
Kyle Van Noy, that's hilarious. Is he a free agent, Kyle Van Noy?
No, he re-signed. He re-signed with.
Baltimore?
what's it called? Yeah. By the way, Dan loved hanging out with Kyle Van Noy at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he's the best, dude.
Yeah,
Thank you,
he was-
Alex. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
Who is that,
Shout out
Dan?
to you. Who is that? Oh, that's my dog. That's my dog that's sending
Justin
vote.
Herbert has been elected as the president of the Irish Fishing Club.
You know what's funny too is like when he goes out and he wants to fish, he just looks at the ocean and says, "Jump in the fucking boat," and then he doesn't even have to fish. The thing just jumps in there and it's over.
Last one, and then we'll head out. Here we
right.
go.
Let's go Chargers.
Enjoy this night practice, fellas.
Jesus.
Hands on three. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. My jersey small as a damn. My jersey small. Damn. You good?
This first play, if I give you a pump, just work him and let it go. Shin pump.
Yeah.
Still on the Mike Dub special smoothie.
That's the one.
They've been getting me right.
That's the one.
I'm
telling you.
what the secret sauce is. That's what I tell them.
Mike Dub special. If y'all heard that, go order the Mike Dub special smoothie. You feel me? That hit. Hey, I'm mic'd up. Now. I'm gonna be on mute. Like half of this that come on, I'm gonna be ooh. You can hear me? He said we wouldn't be able to throw the ball against Penn State. Try, please. I only know 2 dudes from Penn State. You and Saquon Barkley.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not a big Rivers guy for different reasons that we don't need to unpack right now. But like I think the best Charger game I've ever seen was that 2018 against the Chiefs on the road.
No, and the crazy part is that you like I've spoken to Keenan before, and he's like Justin is the most. And I mean, he told me this before. He said it on the pod with I think it was Bussin' with the Boys or whoever. He is like the most athletic quarterback and like the most talented quarterback of all that I've ever played with is Herbert. And Rivers Rivers is the smartest. He's like Phillip knew everything that was going to happen, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So
yeah,
I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I get it. But all right, everybody, please smash the like button. We will be back. If something happens next week, we'll be back. If not, we might take a little bit of hiatus for a week. Guys, next week, Jorge, your dreams have come true. I messaged Adrian Garcia Marquez. He said, I'm down. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm like, it's not me. It was Jorge who wanted you on here. So
you better not
Jorge,
be late, my guy.
Yeah, Jorge, you better not be late next Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. because Adrian Garcia Marquez is coming on because you asked for him. So Adrian Garcia Marquez obviously is the Chargers what's it called? The Chargers
Spanish play-by-play or something like that.
Spanish
Right?
play-by-play. So he
yes, 3 p.m. 3:30 p.m. next Tuesday.
Yeah, so these guys are gonna be on. He's gonna be on the show, so you better not fail us, Jorge. You better be jumping in here and here we go. Hold on, I'll show you guys who he is, just so that you guys know.
Toma el snap el príncipe Jackson, retrocede. Suelta, rayo al medio del campo. Perfecto el pase. Y ahora a corretearlo. Después de la atrapada, Josh Palmer se asoma con tremenda.
I love the shades.
Por enfrente de Justin Herbert. Y el príncipe lo dosifica perfecto. Vamos a ver si pueden comer los Chargers flotando pelota. Pase perfecto. Y touchdown. Cayó el rayo. Conjunto de Chargers. Y mira nada más quién es. Ponle perfumito a ese touchdown. Es Keenan Vidal. For men. Touchdown. Puro Charger power.
Qué debut para el producto de Troy, el que rompió todas las marcas.
So Adrian will be joining us at 3:30. Make sure you guys wow. All right, Jorge. Yeah, I that it might be a little bit late, but Dan, he kind of looks like ... He doesn't look like Dan.
Oh, what a dumbass. I just
oh my god, Boltillo. Yeah, so make sure you guys Boltillo, that's happened recently where as soon as we're done, somebody signs with the Chargers. I know. We are working on maybe getting 1 or 2 in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you guys are tuned in to that. Make sure you guys hit the notification button. Everybody hit the like button, please.
Shout out. Help us out.
So we're working on some cool stuff, cool guests and stuff. So yeah, make sure you guys stay on it. Next Tuesday for Compas, he will be jumping on. Adrian Garcia Marquez will be jumping on. We'll be talking Chargers. We'll talk some NFL stuff. We'll talk Major League Baseball and then some soccer, obviously, with Team USA.
So that's when I jump off the show. I'll just go to sleep while you talk baseball.
Well, okay, we'll do that at the end. We'll do Team USA before.
I'm just kidding.
We'll see what he thinks about why Team USA is struggling under Pochettino, and obviously is Mexico kind of a fraud? Was that a fraud Nations League win, or what do you think? So, oh my God,
this
guy. My God! All right. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Hey, Dan and I said 30 to 40. We spent an hour and 10 with you guys, but you guys are amazing. You guys deserve it. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Have a great rest of your week, and we will be back next week. Again, guys, don't forget, check out the our talk with Eric Williams on regular Compas on the Beat. The video should be out now. We spoke to him about the free agency moves, and he said he likes all the moves, and that Charger fans just need to be patient because the Chargers are building something under Jim Harbaugh. So, Jorge, we appreciate you. Fitness, thank you so much. Boltillo, Angie, Angie, Alex, Fitness, I already said it. Fitness, Jesse, the random guy, Robert M. We have a lot of Roberts in here. Robert D. I have not seen Matt in a while. Matthew D. Thank you so much. I haven't seen Matt. Tom, thank you so much. Juan, thank you so much. All you guys, thank you so much. Ivan, you guys are the best. Appreciate you guys so much. Are you calling Mexico the Chiefs? What? What did I say?
I don't know.
I don't know what I said. Whoa, Boltillo.
Whoa. Chill with all that.
Again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Dan, why don't you get us out of here?
Be a compa, tell a compa, have a great rest of your week, and never forget, The Rock is John Cena's big.